Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, selamat malam murid-murid CBN. Okay, datang 4. So, let's discuss again the topic set practice 1.6, number 1A. Okay, number 1A, okay, we just did, we already did just now. Okay, so the first 1A, okay, you are given the fx, you also given the fg, the question also given to you the fg. We want to find g. First step to find g, you need to identify the location of the function that you want to obtain, that you want to determine. Okay, so the location of g is the back. Okay, the back function, right? So if you want to find the back function, okay, very easy, very straightforward method. First step, split the function like this. Then don't forget to let equals to the x, the 2x squared minus 4x plus 7. This one you just copy from the information. Now, what we want to determine is the gx here. So, if you still remember, this is a composite function. So, for composite function, what we can do is we need to insert the gx into f. What is mean by insert? Insert means all the huruf. Okay, now you look here. The function f, we want to insert gx into f, right? So, look at the function f. The function f consists of x minus 3. Now, this huruf x, we need to replace it with a big bracket of the gx. And don't forget to copy and paste the minus 3 equals to this much. Now, we want to find the gx. So, what we need to do is, we just remove negative 3 to the right side so that it becomes gx equals to 2x squared minus 4x plus 10. That is end, okay, of the step, right? So that is question number 1A. Now, how about 1B? Okay, 1B tadi kita live kita hang kejap, okay? So now 1B. The 1B also same thing. We want to find the gx and the fx is given equals to x squared plus 1. The fg also given equals to x squared plus 4x plus 5. Okay, you may refer to your textbooks. Okay, now you want to find the gx. So the gx you need to insert into f. As usual, look at your function f. We got x squared plus 1. So this huruf x, I told you, you need to replace with a bracket, and inside the bracket you just put the gx like this. But don't forget, this x consists of squared. So don't forget to cut and paste the square, and plus 1 equals to this much from the information. Now, we want to find the gx. We move 1 to this side so that it becomes gx squared equals to x squared plus 4x plus 4. Now, you guys told me just now what we need to do next is we remove the square to here so that it becomes square root. So the gx equals to square root, okay? It becomes a square root x squared plus 4x plus 4. But this is not the final answer. How to find the square root of this makcik? So this is makcik is a quadratic. The square root of quadratic. Okay, how we solve that? Now look at this method. This method, okay, what we can do is, okay, now we know that the gx squared equals to quadratic. This quadratic, what we can do is we can factorize it. X squared plus 4x plus 4 actually equals to x plus 2, bracket x plus 2, repeated. This is a single roots here. Okay, that means both of the bracket got the same positive 2, positive 2. Okay, so now, since both bracket have the same thing, same value, so they are repeated, that means we can combine by become gx bracket squared, and this quadratic we simplify it become x plus 2 squared. Why I put squared here? Because two things repeated. That's why we got squared. Now, since this squared and this squared left and right either, so we can cancel the square. That's why the gx left here and x plus 2 here. So that's why the final answer is not this one, but gx equals to x plus 2. Okay. Now, That is the end of the solution. Okay, but how about this one? If I want to use this method juga, I tak kira nak pakai ni juga. Okay, now gx equals to square root x squared plus 4x plus 4, right? So as usual, you need to apply a factorization juga for here. So x squared plus 4x plus 4 actually equals to what? X plus 2 bracket square, right? So we just write oops, sorry, salah pula. Okay, we just write like this. Square root x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals to bracket x plus 2 squared. Don't forget the square root. Now, you insist want to use this method, right? So now, the squared and squared, sorry, the square root and squared here, what we can do is they will cancel each other. Kenapa? Alright. Why they are cancelling each other? Because the squared here, we just cut and paste and the bracket, but the square root actually power of 1 over 2. So 1 over 2 times dengan 2, what will happen? It become x plus 1 bracket to the power 1. Actually, the answer is what? Sorry, x plus 1, x plus 2, So the answer actually equals to x plus 2, not x plus 1, Salah saja tadi. Okay, x plus 2 power 1 actually equals to x plus 2. This is the end. Alright. So, ada soalan untuk nombor 1? Okay, you may respond to the WhatsApp group, to the Zoom group chatting, ataupun kalau you guys ada soalan, you can unmute you punya voice. Okay, you punya voice tu, mic. Okay, so kat sini semua orang okay, I believe. Alright. Okay, so let's proceed to number 2. Now we settle number 1. Okay, now look at number 2. So number 2, given that the function f is given, gf is given, find g. You see, first question and the second question, they are different. First question, you want to find huruf g. The second question also asking you the same thing, find the function of g. Okay, same thing, same huruf. But if you look at 2a, the information given to you is fx equals to x plus 1 and the gfx equals to x squared minus 2x minus 3. Okay, now this is information given to you. Fx equal to this makcik and the gf equal to this makcik. Okay, now we want to find the huruf g. So if you look at the first question A and B, you can see the difference with the second question. The difference is the location of huruf G that we want to determine. You look here, the second question, the location of G, kedudukan of huruf G is located in front of the composite function, not the back. The first question, the G located at the back. But the second question here, the G now is the front function. That's the difference. Bila berbeza, that means the method to solve the problem also different. Okay, now, what is the method? So, the first step, as usual, split the function. Okay. Right. First step, after you split the function gf, what we can do next is you need to insert the value of function f. Now you look here, the function f is given. x plus 1. Just replacing the fx here. Now the soalan asking you to find g. Okay, now this is the interesting part. Now what we need to do next is normally how we compose. All the things inside the big bracket here, we need to insert into g. Okay, but since the g is not given and we want to find that g, so the step will be this whole thing. Okay, this is the difference between the first question and second question. You want to find g, and the location of g is the front function. So the whole thing that I circle here, what we need to do is we must let y equals to that value. So we let y equal to x plus 1. This is something like what we call inverse function. So since we know that inverse said that at the end of the calculation, at the end of the solution, x becomes the subject. Now you see here, your y is a subject. So how we make our x here become a subject? So since the x is already positive, 1 pindah ke kiri. So it become, okay, so that it become x equals to y minus 1. Okay, so this is what we call inverse, right? Okay, so what we can do next is, therefore, we must let, okay, after we let x become a subject, okay, so this whole of y, we need to write x, we need to replace this whole of y with x minus 1. This is f inverse, f inverse x, okay, f inverse x. This x I'm moving here, I move this x to here, and I write in front of that x f inverse f minus 1 here. Okay, so equals to y minus 1. Actually, I put it here, y minus 1. But I told you, if you still remember, the inverse, this y, you need to replace with x. Okay, quick revision. So now, what we need to do next? After we find the inverse here, this inverse, you need to insert into your information. This x minus 1, you need to insert into the information given here. This information consists of x squared minus 2x minus 3. Now, all the huruf x here, you need to replace with this whole thing. Okay, when we're replacing, it becomes, therefore, the gx equals to all the huruf x you need to replace with the bracket, right? Okay, all the huruf x we need to replace with the bracket. So we got x bracket squared, don't forget, minus 2, and then another x we put a bracket and then minus 3. So this whole, what we need to put inside the bracket is x minus 1 here. Okay, after you insert all the x minus 1 into the bracket here, then you need to expand everything. That will be the end. After you expand, simplify, then settle the problem. All right, so let's expand. You're supposed to get this one. One plus 2, 3. Mana? Okay. 1 plus 2, 3 minus 3, 0. Okay. So after you finish expansion, everything, then this will be the final answer. Okay. So x squared minus 4x equals to gx. Alright. Any question? Ada soalan nak tanya? Okay, kalau nak tanya, boleh unmute you punya mic ataupun you guys boleh respond dekat Zoom group chat ni. Okay, ada soalan? Kalau tak ada, I proceed to the next question, number 2B. Okay, no problem Alright, Sarah, ada soalan ke Sarah? Sarah Alicia. Okay, tak ada Okey, kita ada siapa ni? Murid baru juga masuk ni. Siapa ni? Okay, Tisha. Tisha ada soalan ke Tisha? You have a question you want to ask Tisha? Okay, Sarah kata no. Okay, alright Sarah, no problem Okay, so Tisha, you have a question you want to ask?
No.
No. So let's proceed to number 2B. Alright. So 2A settled. Now look at 2B. So they are same thing. We want to find the G. So as usual, okay. Now, the function given f. Okay. So what we can do is we just masukkan the G and the makcik f here. X squared plus 3 equals to 2x squared plus 3. Okay. Guess what? I skip a bit here. The information given and this first step I also skip. Okay, I jump to here straight away. Okay, so now the second question 2B. Okay, so the G, the soalan give you the GF equal to this, and then you need to find the function G, and the function F also given x squared plus 3 equals to 2x squared plus 3. Now you want to find the first function, the front function. So what we can do is this whole thing that I put circle here, we need to let y. Just find the inverse. Okay, so we let y, and just now y become our subject, so we need to simplify the equation so that x become the subject. Therefore x equals to, right, so when we let y equals to x squared plus 3, now I want x become a subject. So since x is already positive, so the 3 I move it here, so it becomes y minus 3 equals to x squared, and the squared I move to that side, to the right side, so that it becomes square root. So x equals to square root y minus 3. Okay, this is how we find the inverse. And then this is not the end of inverse. You must change your huruf y become x. Okay, so it become the square root of x minus 3. Okay, the huruf y sudah hilang. Now it become x minus 3. Right? So what we can do next? What we need to do next? So this whole makcik we need to insert into our info. Our info got x here. So masukkan sahaja. Therefore, you just write in here gx equals to 2 big bracket square root x minus 3 squared plus 3. This one. So the 2x squared plus 3. So we want to find the gx. So gx equals to 2 big bracket. Because why I put the big bracket? Because we got x here. This x we replace with the square root x minus 3 square root. And don't forget outside the big bracket we got squared because x squared plus 3. Now refer back to the first question. According to the first question, not this one. This is 2A. If I'm not mistaken, number 1B. If we have square root and we got squared side by side like this, so what will happen to the power? The square root actually power of half, 1/2. Meets the square, meets the 2 here. So 1/2 times 2, it becomes okay. The power half meet with the square, they cancelling each other. That's why it become 2 bracket x minus 3 close bracket plus 3. So berapa makcik ini? Okay. So kita just expand saja. So that it become 2x minus 6 plus 3. So final answer will become this one. So pakcik inilah jawapan dia. So the gx equals to 2x minus 3. That's the end of the question 2B. Alright, ada soalan nak tanya? You guys okay? Okay, you may respond to the group chat. Okay, so settle number 2, A and B. Now, so lepas ni I rasa I kena beli ni lah. Apa nama tu? What we call that? The drawing pad. Okay, drawing pad. Lupa nak beli drawing pad tu. Senang. Lepas ni tak payah pakai A4 paper, tapi pakai drawing pad. So kita boleh guna screen drawing pad dekat page ni terus. Okay. Alright. So now settle question number 1 and number 2. Now look at number 3. Number 3, if from this PDF, number 3 tak perlu buat, but why not we discuss? Okay. So, self practice 1.6, number 3. Okay, given that the function hx equals to 8 over x and the hgx equals to 4x. So, Alan asking you find the gx, similar like number 1 and number 2. Okay, so now number 3, hx equals to 8 over x. And the hgx equals to 4x. Now, the first soalan, find the gx. Okay. Question number 3, we want to find the gx. Okay, according to the textbooks, find the gx. 3a. So, as usual, so h and g, the location of g is the back function. So, very straightforward. Ini sangat mudah. So just rewrite the hg, okay, split the h and g equals to 4x. Okay, we just split the hg, this one, hg, we split it here like this, equals to 4x, and then this gx we need to insert into h. Now look at the function h. Hx equals to 8 over x. H got x, which is over by x here, over x here. So, what we can do is, it become 8 over a bracket gx. Okay. The huruf x here, we replace with a bracket of the gx. I want to find gx, since the gx at the denominator. So, what we can do is, this denominator we need to bring up here. Okay, bring to the right side. So it becomes times. Okay, it becomes times. 4x times the g function x. Okay. So, this one, please be careful. X here and the x inside the bracket here, they are not the same thing. You cannot times this x and this x, it becomes x squared later. No, cannot. They are different thing. Okay, the gx here actually is a one thing. Okay, bukan x and this x tak sama, tak sama. Okay, you tak boleh assume, you tak boleh count, simplify so that x times x become x squared. Cannot. So I want to find the gx. So since the 4x and gx side by side, so actually they are multiplied. So dia kena buang the 4x to the right. So it become, so this 4x and the gx is times. So the 4x I move here, it become 8 over 4x equals to gx. So 8 and 4 we can simplify. It become 2 over x equals to gx. This is the final answer. Okay. The gx equals to 2 over x. Okay, that's the number 3a. Now, number 3b. Find the value of x when the GHX equal to 6. So, question B, find huruf x when the GHX equals to 6. Now, we want to find the huruf x when the GHX equal to 6. Since the G is already obtained here, and the hx also given from the information. So, and these two side by side like this, that means they are composite function equals to 6. So what we need to do is we need to compose the function, okay, between g and h. So how to find the composite function? Okay, korang patutnya tak ada masalah. H equals to 8 over x. Okay, so the GHX equals to 6. So G big bracket HX is already given. Sama dengan berapa? 8 over X. 8 over X. And then this 8 over X we need to insert into G. And the G is also, we already obtained here. So which is equals to 2 over X. So we need to insert the 8 over X into this makcik. So what will happen? Okay, it become 2 over this x actually is 8 over x. So 2 over 8 over x we need to simplify. If you find this is difficult to simplify, so we can bring this thing to the right side. Okay, alright. Sekejap, ada iklan pula. 10 more minutes. Okay, lagi 10 minit before habis live ni. Okay, so now 8 over x, I move to here. I move to the right side so that it become 2 equals to 6 bracket. Okay. It become 2 equals to 6 bracket 8 over x. And 6 and 8 here on the top, right? 8 on the top, 6 outside the bracket. So they can times here. So what will happen? It become 48 over x. Okay, so 2 equals to 48 over x. So x at the denominator here we can bring up here. So it become another 2x. So x equals to 24. This is the soalan, alhamdulillah. This is the soalan of number 3b. Okay, number 3b asking you to find x when the GHX equals to 6. Sorry, GHX equals to 6. So we find the composite function first, and then we compose it, and we simplify the equation. This is a linear equation. So then we get the answer. Alright, x equals to 24. Okay, that is the end of question number 3. Okay, any question, everyone? No problem? Okay, so now look at number 4. Okay, number 4, last one. Before we end the live here. Okay, number 4. So the gx, okay, the gx equals to 3x, and the fgx equals to 9x minus 7. So the first question, find the fx. Alright. So first question, number 4. G is given, fg also given, find f. F located in front of the function. Okay, so in front of the function means that you need to refer to the second question tadi. On the second question, they use the different method compared to the first question. So for this makcik, what we can do is, as usual, find the composite first. So we just write okay. So what we can do is, okay, so f3x equals to berapa ni? 9x minus 7. So we want to find the first, we want to find the front function, which is fx here. So we need to let the 3x equals to y, and then you find the, you use the similar method like you find the inverse. So now x become a subject, y over by 3. So this y we just replace with x. Now this whole thing we need to insert into here. Okay, similar like number 2. This is the question number 2 actually. the method. So this whole thing we need to replace into this equation. So we got x here. So replace this x with this circle value. Okay. So it becomes therefore fx equals to 9 bracket x over by 3 close bracket minus 7. So simplify everything. You're supposed to get 3x minus 7. Okay. 3x minus 7. Any question? Okay, no problem Alright. So tak ada masalah kat group chat. Alright. So now we proceed to question B. Find the value of GF2. Ini lagi senang. So find the GF2. GF2, what's that mean? GF2. Okay, the soalan give you the FG, not GF. Soalan given to you is FG. The soal, the information given is FG, but the soalan asking you GF. So, and then we also got a value inside this bracket, which is 2. Ni sangat mudah. Okay, there's two ways to solve the problem. The first way is we find the composite function first, and then we sub 2 into that composite function. Or, that one I cannot tunjuk. I tunjuk the second method. Or the second method is we find the value of F2 first. So, according to the equation here, Fx equals to 3x minus 7. So, we just replace the value of x with 2. Okay. So, it becomes this one. We just replace it, the F2 with the 3x minus 7. That x we replace with 2. And we simplify this equation. Then, you're supposed to get G bracket 6 tolak 7 negative 1. It becomes G negative 1. Now, the function G is given 3x, right? Gx equals to 3x. And the object of G now is negative 1. We just insert this negative 1 into the function of Gx here. So, it becomes 3 bracket negative 1 equals to negative 3. That will be the answer for this question. Okay, ada soalan nak tanya? Kita dah tamat perbincangan untuk latihan set practice 1.6. This will be the end. Okay? Alright. So, kalau ada soalan, you guys boleh tinggalkan komen lah. Komen. Dan nanti I akan bincang balik. Okay? Kalau, ataupun you can personal WhatsApp ataupun message lah. Okay? So, alright. So, I will see you guys dalam next live. Okay, thank you.